Alright, what up, y'all? Man of the Fakes here in Pig Star HH News. Shout out to everybody that contributes, donates, share, just support. Shout out to y'all. Like, check in on the 24-hour channel. Just shout out to y'all. This video is basically another Alabama video, but it's a pretty good one. Earlier, I showed the premiere of Carlos basically venting his frustrations with young men and women these days that choose to take a hood route over a moral high ground, for lack of a better term. And basically, they weren't directed at Two Guns Vito, but they were subliminals at people like him. And basically, with that being said, and Vito is a supporter of Carlos, so he caught the post and he vented back. And he made some great points. I included them here. You get to hear Carlos make a statement in a post, then Two Guns Vito make a statement in a post, then Carlos and his supporters make statements, and also some of Vito's supporters make statements as well. I think it was good because everybody don't communicate the same way. If we could sit here and say everybody don't grieve the same way, everybody don't communicate the same way. And it took me like a month or two to realize this is how Alabama people, or perhaps these Birmingham people we've been watching, communicate. Some of us take it as deadly interactions and internet smoke, and it might not be that. It might just be turned up people communicating the best way they know how on a blue app. Shout out to Two Guns Vito and Carlos. And a lot of people don't know, Birmingham is a good place just based on that was Martin Luther King's stomping ground. Now, Vito being street smart and Carlos being historically smart, the two together is a force to be reckoned with. But Birmingham itself is special just based on we seen great people come from areas that didn't produce great people. Now that, King was famous for Birmingham, it's a certain environment there. And based on that environment and coming from greatness, coming from the civil rights movement, these guys got a head start and a foundation that nobody in the world got for American men. If they could somehow get over their differences and show the youth a positive way, I think it'll affect the whole nation, because when you mention Birmingham, there's so much history behind it. So, a little 18-year-old, 19-year-old guy that may be into the street life, like Two Guns Vito, find out he's from Birmingham, look Birmingham up, learn about the whole civil rights movement. You see why these guys are so important? They're from landmark areas. And we don't want to put in Two Guns Vito and see charges. We want to put in Two Guns Vito and see music, see him flourishing. We want to put in King Carlos and see King Carlos become the mayor of Birmingham. We all know he has a temper and he is an extremist. But I'm going to tell you right now, I've been here for a little while. I don't know what we need, but we need something. And more than likely, it's going to have to be new, because nothing old seems to be working. So shout out to these guys and the way they communicate. I threw in another story about a guy that basically shooting in Center Point. But before that, he was burglarizing. Does he know Dominic? Breaking into people's cribs, man. Let me know. This is Planet of the Fakes. If the video don't start when I stop talking, what you heard and saw was the content. I included a lot of screenshots, a lot of receipts of people that, get along and don't get along. And I think they all need to get along, because I did a live yesterday. And Birmingham has talent, man. I liked what I heard, man, and I would hate for those guys to be victims of circumstances before the world gets to hear them. They really got talent, man, and it's a whole different sound. I don't know what they call it, but they got a nice bounce, man, and they got a nice rapid flow. They flows is rapid, and they joint is practice. It takes a lot of discipline to not only write, but to have your timing, your wind, and all that. I'll give it to them. And it's like, believe it or not, they're like a Wu-Tang Clan out there in Alabama. All different dudes, and they all nice. You know what I mean? I showed y'all KO, showed y'all a couple of people, man. And that's why Birmingham got to get your act together. Because it ain't no reason y'all shouldn't be producing more millionaires based on this music industry, man. I don't know what Birmingham rappers y'all got now, but I don't know anybody other than Martin Luther King and civil rights activists for putting Birmingham on the map. I would love to see a new age generation, anybody, put Birmingham on the map, pardon me. Because I know after their generation, it may be another generation, by that third generation, you're going to have great people, great men. Because they're going to have a good foundation, not one wasted on being the biggest, baddest, toughest, going live while doing life in prison. That's not the life we want to live, man. We don't want to be live in prisons, man. Speaking to our kids on FaceTime and facing 30 days in the hole. But again, if the video don't start when I stop talking, click the link in the description. Like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, visit my community wall. And if you got time, show some love and go to www.amor-ika.com/TV. Planet of the Fakes 2. We are the new umbrella. 2020's here.